Welcome to another Mr. and Mr. podcast. We are your hosts, Mr. Espinoza X.
And Mr. Gabe Guy Color. It's been a very, very, very eventful past few days. And that's not even considering the
Yes.
past few weeks of what we've been going through, let's just say.
Yeah, it's kind of been a while and stuff. So so today, this weekend was yet another E3 full of new games coming out, pretty crazy announcements. Overall, it was an okay E3. There wasn't really much of a big game that was announced that just everybody said, "Oh my god!" It was more of like, "Oh, okay, I guess I can't wait for that game," or like, "Ooh, that game looks nice. I'll probably try it out." It was more of that type of E3 and stuff.
Just a very standard, kind of run of the mill, sort of, okay. Nothing crazy, but I'll take it.
Yeah, there was a few crazy stuff, but we'll kind of get to that later. But before we begin, all the announcement that was made, was there any games that you were predicting that they would announce or anything from any of the companies?
I did have a list of games that I was predicting would not show up though, but I'll get into that later. My general guess was that well, typically whenever I watch E3, I don't typically tend to focus too much on other E3 press conferences, but I was kind of hoping for some more announcements on Microsoft's end though when it comes down to utilizing rare IPs and hopefully hearing some more
Mm.
news about the FF7 remake. And
Mm-hmm.
thankfully, I just say though, what I got, I was pretty satisfied.
Yeah, I was pretty satisfied. Again, I wasn't like I'm on the same boat as you. I wasn't really expecting much of a huge announcement or anything like that because we are nearing the next generation of consoles and stuff. So this was pretty much of a I think one of our friends from the server said said it best pretty much is just, they were just kind of, pulling the scraps, announcing the scraps, until the next gen comes out and everything. So I wasn't really expecting much, but the games I was pretty much predicting to come out to be announced was, I don't know. I know I'm, had my hopes up, but I was really hoping for at least a Marvel vs. Capcom collection of some sort, or any, like, it was rumored for quite a while that a new Marvel vs. Capcom game was going to be announced either at E3 or somewhere around May, but apparently that didn't happen. Neither did this happen. All they showed was pretty much the DLC for Monster Hunter World, and that's pretty much it. And I was also hoping for at least maybe like some news about Resident Evil 3 remake and stuff, and also just in terms of yeah, that's just pretty much it. Like, like a Splinter Cell game, a new Splinter Cell game. That was what I was hoping for, as well. So I wasn't really expecting much. So those were the only three that I was, kind of predicting what that would happen. Stuff.
Mm-hmm. I will say that. I would say that a lot of the predictions I had were either likely to happen, which we'll get into later on, or kind of unrealistic at the time. And I'm just gonna get that out there, hoping for a Mother 3 American worldwide region free release. Still haven't gotten that.
I mean,
Let's
I mean, there were a couple games that have been brought that were only, exclusive to the other side of the world that they announced that, oh, this game's coming to finally in America. I'm
Yeah,
like,
we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
we'll get to that later, but yeah.
But yeah, obviously that wasn't happening. And I was also hoping for a bit of an update on Metroid Prime 4, but
Mm-hmm.
they recently restarted development for that, so admittedly they probably don't have too much off to show for that. So I can at least understand.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's one thing I was also hoping for. But yeah, but we'll kind of get to that later. We're kind of, get to the whole rumor mill, you know, in this episode pretty much. So yeah, but anyway, first off was Microsoft. Um I was pretty disappointed with Microsoft thing. The only interesting game that I was really interested in was Cyberpunk, Halo Infinite, and Battletoads. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. What I was all interested in what they showed. Everything else was just buy our Game Pass. Oh, you look at this game, but you gotta buy our Game Pass. Ooh, our Game Pass is only gonna be $1 for new users. Ooh, Game Pass this, Game Pass that. I'm like, oh my god, they just literally try to shove down the Game Pass down our throats so much. Like I was just like, yeah, no, none of those games look interesting in my opinion. And honestly, I don't have an Xbox. I know they announced that the Game Pass was for PC as well, but I don't think I have a strong laptop to, do all that. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do a hard pass on that one. But the very shocking thing, at the end of it was the announcement of Halo Infinite, that it was actually going to come out to their next gen console, which is doesn't have an official name, but it's called Project Scarlet, which I'm pretty sure is going to be called Xbox 720. But yeah.
Xbox 4K, I don't know.
Xbox 2, Xbox this, I don't know. It's somewhere around there. But man, Halo Infinite looks nice. It really does. And they really are going to... Like every single Halo game looks very beautiful. This one looks very nice. And I kind of can't wait, to see how this game will play out. There wasn't... From the look of the trailer, kind of seemed like a prequel in a way because, I don't know, before Master Chief became, the Spartan, he had that the numbers on his like left side of his shoulder, which is 117. That's his Spartan tag. So I'm guessing it's a prequel in a way. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see if they give us more details. Maybe next year's E3. But yeah, other than that, everything else was just eh. Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk was pretty cool. Yeah, I guess. Keanu Reeves appearing was actually awesome.
Mm-hmm. Well, obviously, though, with the recent popularity of John Wick, though, of course, anything that man goes to, though, is instantly going to sell.
Yeah, but for me, Microsoft gets a C. I just didn't like how they tried to shove down the whole freaking Game Pass down our throats and stuff. Everything in that game and in it was just, it's like I rather have the PlayStation Network and PlayStation Now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But what are your thoughts about Microsoft's?
Okay, so I don't have the best track record when it comes down to Microsoft and their games. I will say the games that did interest me the most. It was not Cyberpunk, by the way. I mean, no offense towards Cyberpunk though, but it didn't catch my attention. But anyway, the three only games that caught my attention were Battletoads. Glad to see they're finally making use of that IP again. Psychonauts 2. I haven't played the first one, but I do hear that Psychonauts 1 is getting a growing cult following, so it's always great to see games like that, though, succeed. And like you said before, Halo Infinite. I mean, it's their flagship franchise, kind of by default. They got to throw in the next entry in the series. I will say, though, that I will talk about Halo Infinite in a little bit, but the sad thing is that I ain't the most knowledgeable when it comes down to Halo or any of Microsoft's how may I say it? I guess Microsoft's offer when it comes down to the gaming industry. I do remember that a lot of people loved the Xbox 360 to death, and I don't 100% know why, aside from the fact that it had very good versions of Halo and Call of Duty. So, pardon my ignorance. But the kind of feeling I got from this Microsoft conference was that when it comes down to Microsoft, they really did not have many exclusives to really try and sell the audience. Thus, that's why they kept going for the whole Game Pass thing. Now, I'm not one of those people who will, knock Microsoft for saying they don't have gaming IPs. They do have gaming IPs. Do they use them very often? Not
No.
really, but they do have exclusive gaming IPs. Personally, I think they're doing small things here and there, but they still got a ton of rare IPs they ain't using correctly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Banjo Kazooie. Rare.
oh, we'll get to that. I mean, Killer Instinct, that was good. They're finally using Battletoads. Conquer kind of got the shaft again, and Perfect Dark last entry didn't do so well. Jet Force Gemini, I don't think that one's got a release date. Backed by the Ghoulies, that's gotten one entry since the original Xbox. And let's see, that's about it.
I don't
But
know.
I will say, I do think a bad tendency though that Microsoft tends to have at the gaming industry is just that they have all of these IPs that they can make usage of, that they have opportunities for exclusives, but it just doesn't seem like they try to take advantage of it. And I really feel like they need to make that extra push and take that extra risk if they want to make much of an impact though, because I don't know, ever since the Xbox One hit, not many people have really been, going, fuck yeah, Microsoft, or fuck yeah, Xbox, like they did with the 360. So, I don't know. I ain't the most knowledgeable of this subject, but that's just kind of the vibe I'm getting it from it.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. Like ever since the Xbox One dropped, and then we got the Xbox One X, which is a little more than what the Xbox One regular is, which is just the only difference is the 4K quality and stuff, and it's more expensive because this has way better hardware than the Xbox One regular has. I'm calling it regular. Anyway, yeah, like the Xbox 360 was a phenomenal console. I loved playing. I love the Xbox 360 to death. The only thing about it though is the 3 Rings of Death. That's the only problem that I had with it.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Perfect.
went through at least maybe 4 to 5. I at least went through 4 to 5 Xbox 360s until when I believe it was like one E3 ago. Not one E3 ago. I mean like one E3. I think like 2000 something is when they announced the slim version with the vents in the side and the hard drive that's like inside of the system and stuff with wireless Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's just the system I wanted, and I've had that console for like a good maybe 5 to 6 years and stuff. Yeah, exactly. 4 to 5, dang. um, yeah, but I had that for like at least a good 5 years until I just officially said I have my PS4. I'm getting tired of the 360. The only reason it's collecting dust. The only reason I'm using a 360 is because of Netflix and all these other videos that I had downloaded and everything. So I just ended up saying, you know what, I'm gonna sell it to somebody. I sold it to somebody and stuff, and I just wasn't really interested in the Xbox One when it came out. I was more interested in the PS4. That was what I was playing. Eventually, I went to get an Xbox One because of Halo 5 and Killer Instinct. I was disappointing. Because that's the only games I ever played, and Halo 5 was a disappointment. Killer Instinct, I happened to collect, got everybody's ending and stuff. That's pretty much it. After that, I ended up giving it away to my cousin from Guatemala and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much my experience of Xbox currently. Yeah, pretty much. And this whole conference, none of the games interested me. I know Cyberpunk's going to come out on the PS4. So when this Project Scarlet was announced, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try out the Project Scarlet if it does come out. That's probably going to be my first next gen console and stuff, because I know that I'm still going to be playing the PS4. It's a little too soon for the PS5. That's what I told myself. But yeah, but that's pretty much my history currently with Xbox.
Oh, Xbox. Let's just say that The next Halo game does look good. I'm not going to distress it anymore. Um, I will say that I've only played Halo Reach once, and that's because, funny enough, though, they actually had Halo Reach playable at my church, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was there for a couple months, and then they got rid of it though. So I don't know why, but so and then that's also a
Maybe.
weird thing to say. The first time I ever played Halo was at my church.
They
But
probably got the red rings of death.
I think this was after that whole problem. But anyway, so overall, Microsoft's conference I thought was okay, but again, I think they're lacking the ambition of utilizing their IP, of utilizing all their IPs and everything they have. I
Mhm.
will say though about Project Scarlet that if they market it better from the start, unlike the current gen console, they might be slowly seeing that 360 success though, because my God, required to have a network connection and you can't share games with people. I do not blame Sony at all for memeing that. I know that was 6 years ago, but I could not blame them for memeing that.
Yeah, that was a
So
funny
please
moment right there.
don't do anything stupid like that, and I think you guys might be good.
And it's funny too because they said also that it needed the connect to, in order for it to work properly, and that the connect would have to be turned on all the time, even when the Xbox One is off and stuff. That was one rumor too. I'm like, well, shit. A lot of backlash on that, and they decided, you know what, we're gonna scrap that idea.
So overall, Microsoft, you get a solid okay. Not fantastic, but just okay.
Yeah. Alrighty, Dan. You ready to move on to the next one?
Yes. Keep in mind, I haven't seen Bethesda or Ubisoft or any of the other conferences though, so I'm completely blind to this subject. But apparently, from what I've heard though, not too many people were super hot on it though. So
Okay. Yeah,
I'm gonna be taking your word for it.
I'll kind of do a brief thing, but let's just say right now, Sony skipped this year's E3. Don't know why. I kind of guess why, because they didn't really have any much games to show off, because they've already announced pretty much every single game that's going to come out this year, last year's E3, and they don't really have anything else to go off of. Um, if they would have had a conference, we would pretty much hear again about Last of Us 2 and Medieval remake, and pretty much at least some more detail about Final Fantasy VII, I guess. But that's pretty much it. So I could kind of guess why. Which did look good, by the way. And yeah, so I could kind of see why. So we'll see what happens next year, E3 for Sony. But anyway, to Bethesda, the guys that made the Fallout games and the Elder Scroll games. Um, they didn't. I'll give them props. They apologized for Fallout 76. I'll give them props for that. I'll give them props. They apologized for the game, for the failure. They apologize for all the hiccups that they did at launch. They announced that, they're going to be doing an update in the fall, fixing all these problems, adding more human NPCs, which
Your biggest drive to bring back your fan base is more human NPCs.
like, we heard your problem and we're all going to fix it.
I mean,
And
I have
go
a
ahead.
similar joke I want to make to that though for a different game though. So anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, hold on.
Sorry.
Okay, we're back in business. All right.
Sorry
Um,
about that. Go ahead.
it's all good. All right. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Okay, I will say though that First Fallout has to has to bring back their audience by saying, okay, here's the human NPCs. Don't hate us. We have the bare essentials to make a video game. I'm gonna make a similar joke to a certain other game that's not as bad, but still worth memeing regardless.
But yeah, but since they listened to their fans fixing all these problems, who in the blue hell asked for Fallout Battle Royale? did you ask for Fallout Battle Royale?
I didn't even know there was demand for Fallout Battle Royale.
There's apparently they're making a game mode off of Fallout 76 apparently, and that's just stupid. Battle Royales are an overdone genre in this generation. It's stupid. Nobody asked for this. I'm disappointed by it. That you won me, Bethesda, but that whole Fallout Battle Royale, no, never mind. At least I'll give you props for apologizing, but no.
We're back on neutral for that one.
Yeah, we're back on neutral for that one. And then after that, all the other games that they announced were just meh. I will say though, when they announced the Elder Scrolls mobile game called Blades, which they said that was going to drop tonight. I'm like, ooh, okay, well, might as well try that out. And then I saw that they're going to release a Switch version of it, which I'm pretty excited about because you could actually use your Joy-Cons to pretty much hack and slash your enemies and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of like Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, where you throw the Pokeballs and stuff. So I'm actually pretty excited for that. But everything else was just bleh. Like nothing to go off of. They only made certain announcements like, oh, we're on the works of Elder Scrolls 6. So I guess we'll have to wait next year maybe. I don't know. But Bethesda was pretty disappointing. I will give it props. They apologized for Fallout 76 problems. So I have to give them at least a C. A B for apologizing.
The apology mattered that much.
Yeah. But yeah. Ubisoft's conference was the big disappointment. All they did was just pretty much announce a lot of Tom Clancy games, which was a new Rainbow Six, a game that they already announced back in the State of Play, which was Ghost Recon, the new Ghost Recon game. And everything else is just like, wow, such a disappointment. Everything else is just a really big disappointment. And I don't know what's going on with Ubisoft. I mean, I give them props for at least making Odyssey, even though I haven't played that game, but a lot of people do praise it. They're in a little, rocky road at the moment. So yeah, but other than that, the game, I was hoping for a Splinter Cell game. That didn't happen. So maybe they're planning on making the Splinter Cell game next gen. Who knows? But yeah, for me, Ubisoft gets a major D.
Again, okay, I just want to get this out there before we get into, because after this we're going to move on to the big hitter. And
yeah.
I know I'm sounding really biased by saying this though, because I generally grew up as a Nintendo kid, but whenever I say or see all these other conferences though just being sort of okay at best, I'm not saying that just out of bias though. I honestly do really want these conferences and game companies to do well.
Yeah.
Even though I was a Nintendo kid, I want to see Microsoft do well. I want to see Sony show off some cool new stuff that keeps me interested and keeps the business flowing and keeps the competition going around. I really do. It's just they don't really give out much material to work with, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. It's again, this whole E3 just went downhill after all those three conferences. But luckily, it picked up with Square Enix.
When I say this, I'm not saying this maliciously. I want these guys to do good. I want there to be good conferences and for them to show off these great exclusives of what they have to offer to please for the fans. They need to come on, guys, pick up the slack.
Exactly. But moving on to Square Enix conference. Now, again, I'm not a really huge RPG type guy. I'm mostly known for my fighters and my platformers and pretty much adventure games, pretty much. But I'm not a huge RPG guy, and I know Square Enix is known for that. I have, however, played Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy X and Kingdom Hearts as well. And man, oh man, Square Enix definitely pick up the pace because they announced so many great games that are going to come out. We got a remastered version of Final Fantasy VIII. We got more detail in the gameplay for Final Fantasy VII Remake, which was such a great trailer. And the game, when they showed off that gameplay, man, that was so awesome. How Cloud and Barret were interacting, trying to take down this huge boss.
Can we just take a moment about FF7 Remake? Okay, first of all, finally, more information. But secondly, FF7 is the only Final Fantasy game I actually have some decent knowledge about. Despite playing a few RPGs, Final Fantasy I've not touched at all. But anyway, I do know a few things about FF7. Most of the knowledge I got from the remake and based off all the new information we got was from Maximilian's dude's analysis of it. It's funny to see that one guy, I forgot what his name was, it's funny to see that one guy literally lost half of his character. Literally. If you don't get the joke, one of the characters in the original game was fat. He's no longer fat anymore. He literally lost half of his character. But anyway, I will say that the FF7 thing, it's looking very promising. It's going for more of a hack and slash kind of combat style, which, granted, I'm not super familiar with Square Enix or recent Final Fantasy games, so apologies for my ignorance. It definitely seems like this one's trying to give itself more of an identity with the, let's just say, black whirling wisps circling around Cloud and Aerith. So I give them props for that, but it still does seem like it is paying tribute and keeping straight and respecting the source material.
Yeah.
Which I'm completely fine with.
Yeah. And
yeah. And from all the speculation, what we've seen so far, it seems like it's just taking place so far on Midgar. I do agree with Max's prediction that this current episode 1 will just be a Midgar game, completely based on Midgar. It'll probably only have 4 party members, maybe go all the way up to Red 13, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that. I'm completely fine with that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like when they announced that it was going to be like an episode-based game, I was like, okay, that seems a lot fine. Better than having like 3 discs full of a game than not be like a 3-disc game. Which I'm okay with, but man, everything else just looks so nice. And when oh my god, I kind of jumped when they showed off Tifa. I'm like, oh my god, they kept her true to the original game and not overly sexualized like people hope to be. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Well, it's like a weird middle ground. Like, some people were afraid she would be too sexualized. Other people felt she wouldn't be sexualized enough. We managed to fit that nice gray area for everyone, let's just say.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they kept it true. I honestly, props to Square Enix. Of course, when they showed off Sephiroth, it was just, man, it was freaking amazing. And could I say that Barret actually sounds like Mr. T?
I mean, it makes sense. He was made in the 90s, after all.
Exactly. It's like, oh my god, they kept him true. They made him actually Mr. T.
I'm totally expecting him to say fool at least once midway through the game. He's gonna say at least once. I'm calling it now.
Cover me, fool.
But anyway, FF7 Remake, regardless of all the memes that have come out of it the past year or so, is actually looking pretty promising. So I'm happy for that.
Yeah, I'm really happy for that. I definitely cannot wait. But man, the freaking collector's edition looks so nice, but I can't. It's calling me, but I can't.
You gotta save your money. Your family needs you.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, standard edition it is. But yeah, but man, it looks nice. Definitely got me to actually go and get the game. And man, we have a long way to go though. But finally we get a release date, which, it's not that long. It'll be there. It'll go fast. And really, and by the next thing you know it's going to be in your shelf.
Yep.
But
So hopefully, oh, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
no, go ahead. Sorry.
So hopefully it'll deliver. Hopefully it'll be a good time. Hopefully people aren't super disappointed with it, like apparently they were with Kingdom Hearts 3. But as far as I was aware, Kingdom Hearts 3 was just sort of okay. And by internet terminology, if something is okay, it's automatically bad.
Yeah, I was like, I don't get that. I mean, it could be an okay game. It doesn't have to be great. It doesn't have to be bad neither. It was an okay game. Haven't passed it yet, but from everything I played it was all right. It was all right. There were some funny moments about Kingdom Hearts 3, but I mean, it was just all right. And I have to get back to it soon because all these new games coming out is just not making me not want to play the game.
I can't blame you at all. Wait till you get to Outlast 2. Woo.
Ooh.
Anyway, but that's a topic for another day. But anyway, let's move on.
Anyway, so the other games they announced was so how do you feel about them releasing Final Fantasy VIII to current gen consoles?
I'm not super familiar with Final Fantasy VIII. I do hear a lot of people said they hated it, but then again, though, a lot of people love to pick on the post FF7 release game, so I really do not know how to feel about it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, it's a
But
game. It's a game I never played, but I've been wanting to play it just to kind of experience it myself. Because a lot of people bash on this game so much for its confusion, its weird tone, and everything like that. But overall, that's kind of a Final Fantasy. It has its weird stuff, and like Squall has a badass gun.
I mean, I will give you that. FF8 does have Squall. I don't know who the hell he is, but hey, he looks cool, so I'm just gonna go with it.
Yeah, exactly. That's my terminology right there. But yeah, so they announced that. They also it's funny because when I was watching it, I just saw in the comments, "We want the Avengers. We want the Avengers." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" So people are so impatient, and like, "What game is this?"
Oh yeah, it happens all the time though. Where's the Avengers? Where's Metroid Prime 4? Where's Mother 3? Where's Smash? Where's Smash? Smash, Smash, Smash. Like, for the love of God.
Just wait, be patient. They'll probably announce it in the end. But yeah. Overall, the only games that I was really interested in from Square Enix was Final Fantasy VII Remake and the Avengers. Which was funny because when they dropped the trailer for Final Fantasy VIII, it said, "You, the fans, have been waiting for so long." And like I was like, "Oh my god, they're gonna show the Avengers!" Like, nope, it was Final Fantasy VIII. But after that, they did show off the Avengers, which honestly looks really great. And honestly, it has that modern tone, like that modern look of the Avengers. You could tell by Captain America's suit looking like very SWAT team like suit pretty much. It's kind of like Final Fantasy with Avengers characters pretty much. Like it looks so Final Fantasy.
And you know what? I mentally I didn't see the trailer though, so I'm going into this based on your word though. But you know what? I could completely get around that.
Yeah, and oh my god, dude, like I'm just glad that they finally, announced, like they finally got the chance to announce this game because it was 2 years ago since the cinematic trailer. And, we thought that last year's E3 we were going to get more details about it, but apparently not. So it's like, fuck, are they still making this game or not? The rumor mill about this game, game being announced at this year's E3 were true. And I give Square Enix props. They cannot wait for this game to come out. It looks nice. And what's also cool, too, is that you could actually play online with your friends, which is really, really awesome, which working together. And, oh, my God, I can't wait to actually play with some friends of mine. And where's Hawkeye? That's the only member of the Avengers that was missing, that Hawkeye, out of the original from the MCU. Like, Hawkeye was missing.
He's out in Asia slashing some people. I don't know.
Probably.
Wow, that was really dumb. Please tell me to never do something like that ever again.
But every single character looks nice. And it was funny because, like, when I saw that, like, after the events of, like, A-Day, which they're calling Avengers Day pretty much, this celebrating the opening of this new helicarrier pretty much with some type of new technology and everything, but immediately it backfired. And, the Avengers were forced to go into hiding pretty much. When, with the death of Captain America, every single member is shook. And it's just funny because Tony Stark actually has long hair after, going through some stuff, which is funny because, man, when after looking at it, I'm like, is it just me or does Tony Stark look like Haley Joel Osment?
They would totally do something like that.
It's like, hey, this guy voices Sora. We got to appreciate this guy in a way. So let's make him look like Tony Stark after the events of A-Day. But overall, this game looks nice. I can't wait for it to come out, which is May, 2 months after Final Fantasy VII Remake. So it's going to be a good year. It's definitely going to be a good year for 2020. There were other games that were really interesting that they announced that I kind of forgot their names, but they look really nice. Square Enix for me would have to get a B. A B plus, definitely.
Yeah, I would. Based on this, though, I would have to say, though, they did pretty solidly, though. Not super duper fantastical great, but still pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, so do you want to move on to the final one for today and leave the, I guess, 2 smashing hits for last?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so let's just do some small surfings over things that caught our attention, since they love to rapid fire for these things quickly. So you want to name a few highlights that caught your attention?
From what?
Oh, were there any other conferences like after Square Enix?
I mean, outside of, I was on the highlights: Final Fantasy VII, The Avengers, and Battletoads and Halo Infinite. That's were pretty much the only games that really immediately caught my eye. Everything else was just, I don't know, it was just very disappointing.
Okay, so you want to finally move on to Nintendo's current conference?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so what were a few highlights that caught your eye?
For Nintendo?
Yes.
Pretty much all the multiplayer stuff that they announced. They really announced a lot of multiplayer games. Like, it's a thing that I cannot wait to play with my friends on the Switch. Everything about it was just, oh my God, it was just so amazing. Like, it got me hyped up for a lot of games, even games that haven't been announced yet. That really got me excited to actually, try it out and stuff. And get games that were already announced either last year's E3 or the couple months ago from that other Nintendo Direct that we talked about. I believe it's the same one where they kind of briefly talked about Joker and the 3.0 update for Smash Brothers. A lot of we got more details about the games that were announced there. And when this E3 came around and we got more details about it, yeah, I was like, oh my god, I definitely cannot wait this game, especially Astral Chains. Astral Chains is, really reminds me of Metal Gear Solid Rising Revengeance. That starred Raiden, where it's just pretty much like a hack and slash game and stuff, and how you have the ability to just cut any type of way your opponent or an object in the game and stuff. It really reminded me so much of that I honestly was like, man, I can't wait for Astral Chains.
Can't wait for that either, though. I mean, I just want to bring a small comment. I'm gonna be stealing a quote from the Green Scorpion when he says this, but we're gonna be getting into more hack and slash where the main character basically just pushes aside and brushes off every crazy stunt they do. Well, any normal person, if they were suplexing a giant robot tank, they would be pumped up on adrenaline and hope someone took a video of it.
Oh, that's funny.
To quote the Green Scorpion, like, I don't think any normal person would shrug that off. They would like, wait, holy shit, I just did that?
Exactly.
But anyway, continue on with your highlights.
But everything else was just got me really exciting. Nintendo was the one that stole the show, definitely.
Okay. Again, I hate to say this though, because it makes me sound very biased, but I do think Nintendo had the best showing for this year. And again, I hate to sound biased because I grew up as a Nintendo kid, but it just really makes me sad that all these other companies just couldn't deliver.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there was some really cool stuff that was announced. Some stuff that I'm guaranteed I'm probably not even going to touch, but it still looked really good. Okay, what's a few highlights? No More Heroes 3, for starters. Travis, please be in Smash. That looks good. So far, no current announcement on Bayonetta 3, unfortunately, but I have a feeling that's coming eventually. Let's see. No More Heroes 3. A bit more footage from Link's Awakening. Always nice to see. Let's see, what else was there? Unfortunately, no Wart reveal, but I guess that doesn't matter. Let's see, what else was there? Well, I was so pumped up on what else they showed, and I can't think of any. Oh yeah, more information on Animal Crossing. Not a big Animal Crossing guy, but hey, tons of people love that series to death, and it's good to hear that it's still coming out. I believe for a setback for a 2020 release, which is fair. A delayed game usually always turns out better. Let's see. Okay, then we have that. Oh, we got more information on Luigi's Mansion 3. Always nice to hear. I will say, just to highlight a few things from that, it does seem like it is more based on Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon rather than the original, which is okay. Not the greatest, though. I mean, I personally preferred the original, but hey, Dark Moon was still a good game, and this game still looks like it's going to be pretty enjoyable. So I can definitely get behind that. Also, that footage of Luigi slamming the ghost with his with his vacuum, I guess we can safely say that his throws now officially have source material. But so far that was looking promising. Unfortunately, no more new information on Metroid Prime 4, which was kind of expected. This was said after the conference, though, but I gotta finally commend these guys, because for a long time, when they announced Super Mario Maker 2, they said that you can now play against anyone online in multiplayer, but for whatever reason, you can't play with friends.
Yeah, that was one thing that I was like questioning about. I'm like, so I can't play with friends?
That makes no sense whatsoever. However, after their conference, they did confirm that in a future update, they will bring that as a feature. So at least they're doing some damage control, thank God. And that's kind of where I wanted to start my joke. Yeah, it should have been in the base game, but at least it's better later than never. So I can commend them for that.
Yeah.
And let's see. We got some more information on Dragon Quest information, and well, unfortunately, like a lot of fans of the West, I do not know Dragon Quest very well. So, hey, great for all the
Mm-hmm.
people who love Dragon Quest, but not for me. Let's see. The release date for Trials of Mana. That looks
Yeah,
interesting.
the and also the collection pretty much too.
That definitely caught my attention.
Hello?
um, oh, can you not hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sorry.
But
Discord hiccup.
yeah, I was pretty much talking about. Oh, they also announced like a freaking a collection of mana games.
Mm-hmm. And one of the highlights though was that a recently Japanese exclusive game is now being translated to English. So hey, that's always good.
Yeah.
Let's so definitely looking forward to that. Um, oh, Konami is recently giving out a new installment in Contra. It's always nice. Contra doesn't get as many releases as some people are hoping for, but it's nice to see that series is still alive and kicking. Also, Contra Collection. Definitely got to highlight that. Um, and aside from that, that's the only thing I can really remember at the current point. Oh, we also got more information on Sword and Shield. I mean, I'm probably not going to get it, but again, that's always great. Pokemon. I mean, it's also kind of become a recurring joke that whenever there's a new Pokemon, whenever there's a new trailer or reveal or whatever, a new meme is always going to spread out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Case in point, giant Pokemon, giant whale lords. But anyway, that's all I could really say so far, though, on the other stuff of Nintendo's presentation. So far, while there's nothing super amazing, extravagant that caught my attention, there's definitely a lot of promising titles. And in my opinion, this is the kind of stuff I want to see from the other conferences, like stuff that catches your attention and thinks, "Huh, I could actually see myself playing at," because that's where a lot of the other conferences fail. I want to say I do
Mm-hmm.
think that I do think they did a better job at grabbing your attention. But anyway, I'm rambling on. So do you want to get on to the I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Smash.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so I think we should take a moment to discuss the first Smash reveal, which
which
again,
which
again,
which kind of like okay. When they revealed it and everything, I'm like, okay, who are they gonna announce this one? Um, I was I was pretty disappointed actually.
you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Could you? Okay. Why is that?
I mean, I'm not saying that, I never played any of the Dragon Quest games or anything like that. I think, yeah, the reason why they put the hero or, whatever what was his name again?
Wait, you mean the characters or all the alternates?
The characters
Ah,
or
shoot.
the hero. I'll just call him that because I mean that's what he's going to be called in Smash Brothers. The hero of Dragon's Quest, pretty much, who looks like Trunks from Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, we'll get to that later.
But I was all like, oh, okay, that's pretty nice. It didn't really catch my eye, honestly. And then they announced all these 3 new Echo Fighters that are going to come out as well, which is like, whoa, that's three Echo Fighters. Holy crap. Which is pretty interesting and stuff. Again, I'm not the biggest fan. I mean, I'm not big on Dragon's Quest or anything like that. I know there's a recent game going to come out, which is Dragon Quest 11, and of course the Builder. But I think a lot of fans of Dragon's Quest were pretty excited about it. But for me, it was more of like, like okay, it was whatever's. But what are your thoughts?
Okay. I respect your opinion. I do notice a recurring thing on the show though is that we don't tend to disagree a lot. So this is gonna be interesting. Let's have a civil conversation about this. But anyway, okay. So leading up to the building of that trailer, um, I know some people were kind of mixed on this mode, but as soon as I saw Darkana, like as the like as soon as the trailer started, I was like, "Oh yeah, World of Light, fuck yeah!" Because I actually really liked World of Light. I know some people were mixed about it. Some people thought it was boring. Some people didn't really care for the ending. Blah blah blah. That's cool and all. I really liked World of Light. Do I think it could have been better? Yes, but oh well.
Yeah.
Honest to God, first confession. When I saw this trailer, at first I thought it was like a release for like an expansion for like a World of Light expansion or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I'm like, oh wait, what the hell? Drakon? Like, what the hell's going on?
Because and honestly, like for the beginning of that trailer, it really kind of gave the feeling of that. Like you see the footage though of Link fighting against the possessed Marth and Mennonites. It really gave you that kind of hint.
Yeah, it really did. Like, it really did.
And so I'm not exactly sure why they exactly decided to go with this theme. Maybe in some sort of Dragon Quest theme, in some Dragon Quest game, there's a sort of reference or sort of theme of characters being possessed or something like that. Because if there's like a reference or a whole tie-in behind Dragon Quest to this, I completely fail to see it.
Yeah.
And I do know a few people from watching reaction videos, a few people actually thought that since Link was fighting against possessed characters, a lot of people honestly thought it was going to be Sora.
Huh. I could, yeah, honestly, I could see it, yeah.
Because of the tie to that.
Yeah.
But so I will say though that the as in terms of the trailer, I guess with its connections to World of Light, I guess it definitely does make sense for why they would try to connect it to World of Light more often. They're probably trying to emphasize more of the tie-ins between it. I'm sure there's some sort of reference or hint behind Dragon Quest there. Um, I just think that overall, I think that the use of it was a little oddly inserted.
Mm-hmm.
Not to knock the trailer itself though, because the trailer itself was gorgeous. Like it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it was good.
It was a well made, pretty looking, action packed, blood clenching, blood clenching. Yeah, that's a term now. Blood clenching. We're gonna start saying that now. It was a blood pumping trailer, and I just loved it. I loved the CGI, and I kind of wish World of Light had more cutscenes like this. But in terms for Erdrick, fuck it, I'm just gonna say Erdrick. But in terms for the actual character reveal, I do think the character reveal was all right. It wasn't spectacular, but it was pretty okay. Now, as for the actual, what were you saying?
I was like, yeah, it wasn't really that great.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Now, the character choices. I can understand why they picked a Dragon Quest character because Dragon Quest is pretty damn popular in Japan, and it does have a decent following in other regions. So I can totally see why they picked a Dragon Quest character. So, as for choices of, go ahead.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, I know there's like again, I mentioned there's a Dragon Quest game coming out, 2 of them actually. I think they just wanted to get their popularity up or something like that before the new game comes out or something. I don't know, but other than that, yeah, I was just like, that was really disappointing. The trailer looked nice, but the reveal of it was just, who? And I was like, I was like, for immediately, I thought it was Trunks. And then I was like, oh no, I guess he's oh yeah, I remember this character. He was like in Dragon's Quest and stuff. But it's like, I guess.
So you were kind of getting the vibe that this was just basically a character added for promotional picks, kind of like how Corrin was.
Yeah, and how freaking most of the roster from Marvel's Capcom Infinite.
Hey. I like to pretend like I like Marvel Infinite, all right? But anyway. So anyway, I'm beating around the bush. As for the actual character choice, again, I know very little about Dragon's Quest. I honestly much rather would have preferred the slime being playable over the characters they picked.
Oh god, that'll
But
get a lot of people mad.
Piranha Plant 2.0. But anyway, okay. So I will say this: the name is fucking stupid. Hero. Why Hero? Like, you honestly couldn't have just called this character by his name? Like, Hero?
The hero. I'm
I
like,
don't.
huh?
I don't. As soon as it popped up, it said Hero. Wait, Hero? I know Smash has done this beforehand. We have Mr. Game & Watch, we have Duck Hunt, we have Pokemon Trainer, and Wii Fit Trainer. Technically speaking, those are titles, and those really shouldn't be their names. I can kind of get behind that. But Hero? A name as generic and forgettable as that? That's what you're calling this character? Okay. I'm gonna say right now, I don't know if this was the name like they universally like chose in the Japanese version, or if it was just some localization decision. But seriously, Hero?
The hero.
That is.
That's what I said too. I'm like, the hero? Like, really?
Okay, I'm gonna say right now, that's fucking stupid. I don't care what anyone says. That is legitimately stupid.
It's stupid, yeah.
I will say right now, the only thing bad about this right now, like legitimately, is that fucking name.
Yeah.
that's just fucking forgettable. Okay. But anyway, so to prevent myself from having just losing it, I'm just gonna call this character Erdrick. I know Erdrick is not the main avatar for this character, but I'm just gonna call it Erdrick. And correction, Ernesto. Technically, all the other Dragon Quest characters, they're just alternate costumes, like Bowser Jr., Koopaling were.
Oh. There were Echo Fighters. Oh, shit.
I know. It kind of made it look like they were going to pop up as Echo Fighters, but yeah, they're just alternate costumes, just like the Koopalings with Bowser Jr., not actual different fighters. I thought that too, you know?
Okay. Alright, yeah, I thought that was like Echo Fighters, but I guess a skin just like the Koopa Kids and all that. Okay, yeah.
And, that's fine with it. So, I'm just going to call the character Erdrick because Hero is a fucking stupid name. But anyway, as for the actual character as a fighter gameplay-wise, they actually look kind of fun to play. And I know, many people are, giving up crap. Oh my god, another sword character. Oh my god, they look like it's freaking Link number 4. Let's see, what else do they do? Oh, they have magic. Oh, Robin does that. This is what makes them special. I mean, I know people are going to give them shit for that or whatever. And, not to detract from that, you can feel how you want to believe. But actually, like, considering like how they're how they're built and what we've seen before at a well-rounded structure, they actually look kind of neat. Not necessarily a character that go ahead.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you.
Like, not necessarily so far a character I would probably play a lot, would mess around with, but they definitely look like they seem like to have like sort of a nice little Robin archetype going with it, though. A sword wielder that utilizes far-ranged and versatile amounts of magic, though. I can get behind that. And based on all the moves they showed so far, as well as their magic mechanic, where you can actually choose what magic you want to go through, like an actual RPG. Even though that concept is super basic, I actually really like that, and I think it really fits them.
Yeah. I mean, even the shield, you can't really forget about the shield too. I noticed that they could use a shield as well, which I probably gonna be their down B or something like that.
Yeah, definitely something like that. So gameplay-wise, they look fun.
But it's not a character that I would play.
Yeah, like it's sort of like the kind of character you pick up on release day, you play for a little while, like, okay, that's cool. So I'm going back to Piranha Plant, I guess.
Yeah.
or anything like that. Or the kind of character you pick when you get random or something like that, whatever. But
Yeah.
anyway, I guess to wrap this up, since this is taking a long time, Erdrick, because I refuse to say that name, Erdrick looks pretty cool. They do look, in my opinion, they do look cool. As awkwardly inserted as the World of Light reference was, I do think the trailer was really cool. I do like that they do make nice references to the slime, but they didn't it wasn't oversaturated or overused. The character themselves, yes, does seem to be pretty similar to what we've seen so far, but they still look to be fun. I know people are going to overanalyze their movesets and going to be like, "Oh my god, they're an unofficial Echo Fighter. Like, look, they use Link's dash attack or whatever." Because I know they're going to do that. Like, they've done that before. Like, not many people know this though, but if you actually analyze Joker's regular normal attacks, he actually does reuse a lot of animations from other characters.
Mm-hmm.
But so, I know people are going to nitpick the hell out of it, but honestly, I think Erdrick I think Erdrick looks fine. I think they're gonna be fun. I think they're a decent addition to the cast. It's nice to see Dragon Quest get represented. It's nice to see that this is the closest iteration to Goku we are gonna get in Smash. Let's be honest, this is the closest thing to Goku we're gonna get.
Yeah, exactly.
And if Dragon Quest has any good music, we're gonna get that as well. So overall, I'm pretty satisfied with it. Not amazed, but pretty satisfied with Erdrick's inclusion.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, he's there. So, like, you could have, I don't know, probably chose some other character, like, I don't know, hey, Master Chief, Banjo Kazooie. Oh wait, we still have another announcement.
So, yeah. So sorry. Maybe Sora fans, sorry Geno fans, maybe you get your chance next time, but Erdrick is here to stay. But anyway, yes. Funny story behind this. I just want to say this right now. Funny story. When this direct was playing, I was watching I was watching this before I was getting ready to work. I saw the Erdrick trailer. I saw that. But midway through the direct, I had to leave and go to work.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So while I was at work, I was just doing my routine stuff. I could not get the just thought in my head of, oh my god, what the hell else is going on that I'm just missing right now. I'm thinking like that can't be it. They got to be revealing something else. And I was talking with a coworker, a trainee to be specific. I was talking with a trainee, and we were trying to get to know each other, stuff like that. I was asking if what games he plays. He said he played Smash. Like, oh, cool, I play Smash too. And we were talking about E3, and he actually revealed to me, says, "Oh yeah, they announced 2 characters today." I was like, "Wait, 2 characters?" Because I only knew about Erdrick, and I immediately told him, "Wait, don't tell me, I gotta see this for myself." So as soon as I got the chance, as soon as I got off work, I immediately drove home, had dinner, and immediately just checked out the rest of the direct. And well, you want to do the honors?
I was streaming the Nintendo Direct. It was probably like I when I got up, it was 8:30 in the morning. Started showering and everything like that. Got my breakfast ready. Got breakfast ready for my daughter and everything like that. The first I didn't think that they were probably going to announce a character at the end of the Direct. First off, bam, Lord Darkon is right there. They announced Uldrick because I also refused to call him by that name. So I thought immediately, okay, that's the only character they're revealing. That's the second DLC character. All right, I would have wished for somebody else, but that's the second DLC character. All right. The rest of the Direct, amazing. Luigi's Mansion 3, Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Oh yeah, forgot that. That
yeah,
game looks amazing.
Yeah, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Mario Maker 2, Astral Chains, and there's a couple games that I'm most excited for, but I'm not going to go into more detail. And then after they pretty much did a breakdown of the other games coming out and everything like that, and then we hear the snap, and I'm like, oh, they're going to announce something else. And I remembered when they announced King K. Rool as a playable character in Smash. before then they did a similar thing to this trailer too. Like I immediately thought we're gonna get another villain for Smash Brothers because they did the same thing for King K. Rool, where it's showing off like, oh, these heroes and villains and their arch nemesis faced off so many years and everything like that. They did the same. And then for this trailer they showed off King K. Rool fighting against Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong and everything like that.
Yeah, it totally looked like that. It totally looked like that. Like I thought they were gonna announce like Porky from Mother for a second.
Exactly, like Porky or freaking I don't know.
I don't know, M. Bison or something.
Yeah, M. Bison. Yeah, or F. Sephiroth. I thought it was gonna be. I wanted Sephiroth in there too because it was the only way we could get One Winged Angel in remix in Smash. I thought it was gonna be that, but then they showed off Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong, the same scenario as was in the King K. Rool reveal, and King K. Rool's there sleeping with them. Like, why are these guys in the same roof?
Can we just highlight that for a moment? What the fuck? That is okay. First of all, makes no fucking sense in continuity wise, but then again, it's a freaking cartoon game, so who cares?
Like, apparently after the fight, they just said, you know what? Let's go to sleep. I'm like, okay, let's go to sleep. You want to come to my house? Like, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, let's go.
I guess K. Rool just hangs out with them now.
Like, I'm sorry for blowing up Donkey Kong Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry I blew that up and everything, but can I sleep over your house today?
Okay, yeah, sure, bro, whatever. You just can't have it in my food.
Exactly, and stuff. But then you have my permission to use the highlights of my stream, by the way, for the reveal when they revealed this character, okay?
Okay.
After that, I guess Donkey Kong dropped his banana. Something else dropped. I'm pretty sure if anyone's played the games, know what this certain item is used for. It was a golden puzzle piece. I was shocked. Like, oh, like I knew who it was. But then again, I'm like, I was confused because, they announced the villain was, they thought it was going to be a villain or something like that, But as soon as there was it's the same scenario with DK, there was like there's like a certain temporary earthquake, like a shake, and they immediately go to the window to check who it is. And and not all of them could fit in through that small window. And I guess they broke the window and everything like that. There was a shadow, and there was the oh boy! As soon as they showed that shadow, I immediately knew who it was. It was Duck Hunt.
Those motherfuckers knew.
I was like, no, it was Duck Hunt. It was Duck Hunt and everything. And I was like, it's gonna happen pretty soon. Watch. And then comes down from the heavens. I was like, oh yeah, there they are. Banjo and motherfucking Kazooie. Kazooie. Okay, I'm messing up now. I'm sorry. I'm in excitement right now. Banjo Kazooie was announced.
It's been 12 hours and we still can't get over the hype. Okay. Can we just back up on the moment though that they just managed to basically like reuse like half of the K. Rool intro, and this reveal was still hype as hell.
Yeah, exactly. The build-up was so freaking hype.
They even did like reuse the same exact fake out joke with Duck Hunt, and I didn't even I never thought for a moment they would have used Duck Hunt. I thought it was gonna be DDD for it again.
Yeah, I was all like, how are they gonna use DDD again? But no, they used a different character, which is Duck Hunt, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
It just shows though that the Smash team though, whenever they develop this, they know the memes. They know the memes. We know how you feel.
We like to troll you all, even though it's gonna be the exact character that you think it's gonna be.
And it's even more fitting with a trolling character like Duck Hunt as is. But anyway, but anyway, after the characters proceeded to fall right straight to the heaven, it was a great touch to see the Kong and Kremlin crew, as I guess it was great to see the DK crew cheer them on. Like that gif of them right there, of just them cheering on, basically represents half the freaking fan base right there.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh my god, it's like they're back from limbo pretty much.
And thus we get another moveset showcase. And I'll just say it right now. Moveset wise, how do you feel about them so far?
I feel like it's really true to the games. A lot of the moves that they do in the games are true to the games, pretty much. You know, you had Kazooie spitting out eggs from the first two games, using Kazooie as a gun. I believe it was was one from the games, right?
Uh-huh.
And then immediately I thought, like, they didn't use the Banjo-Kazooie main theme that they used for the Nintendo 64 games. But I thought it sounded really different. I think it was the same theme that they used for Nuts and Bolts, which is very shocking. But
Oh,
like,
you mean the oh wait, what, sorry, could you repeat that?
the theme that they used for the reveal. You know how it wasn't the main theme from the Nintendo 64 games?
Oh, that oh yeah, I actually know about that. Can I talk about
Go
that
ahead,
for
go
a
ahead.
second? Okay, so technically what you're saying is right. The main theme they used was a remixed version of Spiral Mountain, which
Oh, shoot.
which was both in the original game and Nuts and Bolts.
Oh, okay. So I was kind
But
of semi-correct.
so yeah, you were I'll give it to you. You were correct on that one. But that's
Okay.
not the weird part. The weird part is who they got to arrange the song. You're not gonna believe it.
Which was who?
Banjo-Kazooie's original composer Grant Kirkhope arranged that remix.
So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know who that person is. Sorry.
Sorry. Okay. For background information, Grant Kirkhope is the original guy who did the soundtrack for Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh.
And through which not only is he a very talented composer, but throughout the past few months, through Smash speculation phase, many people would always tweet him on Twitter asking, "Hey, what's the probability? Hey, what do you think about Banjo-Kazooie being in Smash?" He's like, "Oh, I think it'll be cool." And they would always ask, "Hey, do you think he's gonna be in?" I don't fucking know. Freaking Canary Mary might be in before he knows. So fucking Grant Kirkhope, the guy admittedly kind of has a reputation of being kind of a troll.
Yeah.
Fucking Grant Kirkhope fucking knew this whole time, and he was just playing dumb with us.
Because a lot of these games are, developers are secretive about their projects that are coming up. So of course, he couldn't say stuff.
Yeah, obviously he couldn't say anything though, but just goddamn, just the way he worded it in his tweets was like, I don't fucking know. I won't hold your breath though. I don't have freaking any information over all of this though. Don't ask me if I think it's gonna be good. By the way, Banjo's totally in the game, and I remix one of the songs. That's just the kind of the vibe I kind of got from that. But anyway, go ahead. Go ahead with the rest of the review.
So yeah, so the movesets were a lot from, the other games and everything like that. The final Smash was really good.
It was. It's nice to see that it was a lot of people were predicting this admittedly, but it was nice to see the Jinjonator finally make a nice return in glorious HD. It's nice to see
Yeah.
that references to the 90s continue to live.
Yeah, exactly. And man, the freaking stage to them is a remarkable, homage to the original game. Midna's hill, where you go enter the fuck. I forget. It's been a while since since I played a Banjo game. I'm trying to remember. It was Midna's hill, when you go inside her mouth, and that's
Oh,
pretty much.
Gruntilda's lair. That's what you're thinking of.
Yeah, Gruntilda's there. Yeah. Why you say Midna for some reason? Yeah, Gruntilda's lair. Sorry. Sorry, it's been a
Yeah,
while. I don't know the characters' names by heart anymore.
that's fine. Admittedly, Grunty is a lot like Midna, so I ain't giving you guff for it.
Okay.
But yeah, I will say though, like the stage is. I gotta say, I think they went the right way with executing it. Not only does it look really good to see this in HD and
Hmm.
actually alive, because I know it was in HD and that's in bolts, but the whole place looked half freaking dead. No offense to
Yeah.
that's in bolts, but the place looked half fucking dead. This is actually alive, thank God. We get nice
Yeah.
cameos from beloved Banjo Kazooie characters. Bottles the Bull. If you look closely enough in the lair, Mumbo is there, and Grunty flies in the background on a broomstick.
Yeah.
Nice touch right there. Um, I was kind of curious to see how the hell they were going to execute this stage. And if you pay attention to the trailer, it actually seems like the camera kind of slowly rotates around the middle of it. And I
Like
think
it's
that was
kind of
the
like
right
how
call.
it's kind of like how Gruntilda holds a camera pretty much. And that's kind of like what will probably play out since she kind of flies around the stage. It's probably
Mm-hmm.
she'll hold a camera and then it'll probably like, angle it overhead of the stage pretty much or something.
Oh yeah, like definitely something like that. Because I know the Great Plateau stage, the Breath of the Wild stage kind of does something similar where the background slowly rotates around. It seems like that's what they're going for, and I gotta say that was the right call.
Hmm. Yeah.
But overall, though, just the reveal was really damn good. Nice, even though K. Rool was excited to see Banjo come back. There was a nice reference to with K. Rool recreating Grunty's demise at the end. Nice
Yeah.
callback there.
Yeah.
And overall, though, it was the final shot was just amazing. It's great to see Banjo give a peace sign at the end. And overall, I just gotta say, welcome home, Banjo. Welcome
Welcome
home.
fucking home. Welcome home. Yes. It took Nintendo partnering up with Microsoft to fucking finally get Banjo in a fucking Smash Brothers game. Not only that, but to return to a Nintendo game.
You said it, man. You said it. So suffice to say, I'm pretty hyped. Are you?
I am I am hyped. I am honestly freaking hyped. I cannot wait. Which is crazy because we're getting Aldrich, not the other name, in sometime this summer of 2019. I thought they we're gonna get Banjo probably in 2020, but no, we're getting them. I'm over here saying like it's one character. It's two characters. We're getting them in the fall of 2019. I'm actually hyped up and stuff. It's really crazy that they announced two characters in a direct. Um, so shoot, we got I believe two more characters left in the fighter pass.
Uh-huh. And I actually wanted to bring that to attention though. Since we already know who the next two characters are, we're basically on the last two. Um that begs the question, who do you think what when do you think those characters are going to be like released? Because I'm predicting like the character 4 is going to be winter and character 5 is going to be like the beginning of next year.
Yeah. I think like you said it, I think character 4 is going to be definitely like in the winter time. And then character 5, the last one, will definitely come out sometime early 2020 for sure.
So, next question is obviously you probably know what I'm going to ask. Who now that we got these two knocked out, which by the way, I want to bring special attention to this. By the way, I fucking called these two characters, even if it technically wasn't Erdrick. technically, I'm still saying I called it. Because I wrote it in our chat and stuff like that. I will say this. I will say though that even though I called these two characters were admittedly like brought up a lot in rumors and leaks. So
Really?
yeah, if you were subscribed and watched a lot of videos by Papagino, who usually covers leaks,
Hmm.
a common bunch of characters who came up a lot were Erdrick and Banjo, and since those two are confirmed, I think I hate to say this though, but I think even though the guy like the guy who makes these videos, Papagino, is a really cool dude, I think I'm gonna start avoiding his videos now because if these leaks are true, then all the other leaks later on might be true later. So I might spoil myself for this.
Yeah, good thing I didn't watch. I didn't pay attention to any leaks whatsoever. I literally I literally avoided them like the plague. Which is good because man, I would have gotten that over top reaction of Banjo getting announced. And it's funny too because ever since Banjo was announced, I totally forgot who the other character was announced. Like, wait, oh yeah, there was another character that was announced today. Oh, who was it again? Oh yeah, Aldrich.
Yeah, it was Hero.
It was Hero. Exactly.
And now, okay, now I can see why a lot of people were kind of dismissing this character. Hey, I'm not saying the character's bad by any way, but that fucking name is stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so okay, you know what the question is, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Who do you think is the likelihood for the next two characters?
um. Hmm. Well, I definitely want. I know it's brought up so much that I mean, hey, it's anything is possible, right? I think definitely the Master Chief because a lot of people definitely want Master Chief to be in it. The only thing is, how is he going to be played out in the game? Do you treat him like a Solid Snake without using any guns? Instead, you'll use explosives or something like that.
Bayonetta
Or
and Joker brought guns. I think we're good there.
and then yeah, they have guns as well, so pretty much yeah, he'll definitely have you using guns. Another thing too is other three characters that have been around the rumor mill for so long were also Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden and the Doom guy from Doom. Those characters have been brought up a lot as well. So if it's not the Master Chief, then definitely the Doom guy, because Doom Eternal is going to be on the Switch. If they do go to the promotional route for him, and probably the fifth one will definitely be Ryu Hayabusa for sure.
Now that is definitely a possibility though, since a lot of characters like those have been speculated a lot. Um, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we eventually did get those. I will say this though, with the reveal of these two characters, that immediately shoots down a lot of leaks, including the Google theory, which admittedly I had a lot of stock in. So sorry, Google theory. Anyway, the Google theory that was predicting like five like character was predicting the other four characters. Banjo was on there, but Erdrick wasn't. So blah, that thing's probably shot down.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what characters do you personally want in the game? Like they don't have to be super realistic. They're just characters you want.
Characters I want: Sephiroth. I really want a One Winged Angel remix. It should have happened in the beginning, but no, Square Enix didn't want that. So we just got two remixes of the Final Fantasy games, which is the boss battle and the regular fight theme.
Like not even remixes; they're just straight ported from the original game.
Oh yeah, that's true as well. I don't know. If they do have a One Winged Angel, I'm pretty sure they're gonna do a port, which I'm pretty sure it's either gonna be Final Fantasy VII or Advent Child. A lot of people wanting the remix from Kingdom Hearts, but hey, I doubt I see it. But I really want Sephiroth to be in it for sure, just for that reason. And the other character that I want for sure is get ready to laugh. I really want to see Phoenix Wright.
Hey, I'm not gonna give you crap for any of that. All right.
I really want Phoenix Wright to do it. Hey, if he worked in Marvel's Capcom 3, he can work in Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Honestly, there's no such thing as a stupid character request. Unless,
yeah,
unless
and another character that I would really want. Get ready to laugh on this one. Michael Myers.
You're never gonna let that. Okay, I just got done saying that there's no such thing as a stupid request, and you go right ahead and bring that back up. You motherfucker!
Oh my god, I'll never get away. I'll never get over that.
Hey, it was an honest prediction. All right,
but on Injustice 2. But in Injustice 2.
It was made by NetherRealm Games. Come on.
You really think that would add a horror slasher to a superhero fighting game?
It can happen. It did, but it can happen.
I mean, it would make sense for Mortal Kombat 11, but Injustice?
They added freaking Hellboy the Ninja Turtles. Anything was freaking possible.
Hey, we got Spawn in Mortal Kombat 11, so yeah.
I still agree he would have worked better for Injustice, but hey, Mortal Kombat works too.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
Okay.
Well, so what characters do you predict are the final two characters?
Okay, by this point, I honestly have no freaking clue. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Guy or Ryu Hayabusa, whatever.
Ninja Gaiden, yeah.
Yeah, Ryu Hayabusa.
Oh my god, and that's another thing too, like knowing that they already have Ryu from Street Fighter, I think, oh no, they're gonna call him Ninja Gaiden. No!
They totally would, or they're gonna call him something else or whatever.
They're either gonna call him Hayabusa, just Hayabusa, or Ninja Gaiden. Oh my god.
Hey, it's way better of a name than Hero.
For real. True that.
So I think, okay, I guess if there was one good thing to come out of that reveal is that we've officially set the bar as low as possible when it comes down to stupid names.
Yeah. But anyway, continue to the final two characters you predict are going to be in it.
Anyway, so Ninja Gaiden, I guess is what we'll call him. Okay, I can definitely see Ninja Gaiden or Doom Guy. I know some people might laugh at me for saying this, but I do think that Travis Touchdown is a possibility, since Suda51 says that he says that when the next Smash, he said this during Smash 4, whenever the next Smash game gets announced, I'm gonna get on my knee and ask Sakurai, please put Travis in. So I would be surprised if Travis does get in.
That's a possibility, actually. That Travis Touchdown could actually be in it.
And honestly, I haven't even played a No More Heroes game, and you know what? I would be completely okay with it, since from what I've heard, he's basically just a nerd with a damn it. He's basically just a nerd with a lightsaber, and I'm completely fine with that.
Yeah. I've played a bit of the first one, never played the second one. I'm actually looking forward to playing the third one and stuff. I just love how in the trailer he did all these Star Wars references.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I know they're gonna probably cut down on references if he ever does make it into Smash, but I just want to see it just as a nice form of commentary, just to see, just like a riff, like a Deadpool-esque or a riff character in Smash. I think it would work super well.
Yeah.
But anyway, I do think Travis is a possibility. Honestly, by this point, I can't really think of anyone else I would think is likely. We definitely know Steve is not getting in for Minecraft.
Oh boy.
So yeah, that's not a possibility. I'm still kind of hoping out for Gino. I know it's a little hard to say though, since we already got a square rep, so Gino is a possibility, but I wouldn't count on it. Oh, I do remember, I almost forgot about this. I'm glad I remembered it. I do want to say though that with the inclusion of Erdrick as a character now, that means Square Enix now has 2 reps in this game.
Mm-hmm.
And you also think about it, Konami has 3 reps because Metal Gear and Castlevania. Sega has 3 reps because Sonic, Bayonetta, and Joker. And if you're wondering, Platinum Games and Atlas are owned by Sega.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Capcom has 3 reps.
Mm-hmm.
Square Enix has 2 reps. And is that all the DLC characters? I forgot what characters there are in this game. Okay, I got all the DLC characters down. All right. So far, and I guess technically Rare, blah blah blah, whatever. Rare has a character. Okay, so that means that Bandai Namco still has only 1 rep, and Bandai Namco is co-developing Smash Ultimate. Yet they still only have 1 character, and that's Pac-Man. So I think it's possible. I think it's very possible we may be getting a Namco rep. I don't want to say specifically since they have their pros and cons, but I think it might be either Heihachi, aka Mr. Sass himself, or Lloyd Irving from Tales of Symphonia.
Oh,
I don't want to put too much stock in it, but I think we might get one of those characters in there. Because their Mii costumes from the last Smash game are not in this one. So I think we might get one of them in there.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Now that you think about it, yeah, Pac-Man's the only Bandai Namco rep that's in it, and they're the ones who co-made this game, and shit, that's a possibility. They might add somebody else, probably from Tekken, from the Tales games. It's a possibility.
From, I don't know, Soul Calibur. I don't know. I can't think of anything else.
Soul Calibur, maybe freaking Nightmare.
Okay. That would be awesome. I don't care if it would be a hyperbole. That would be fucking awesome.
It would be awesome to have Nightmare on the Smash game.
And hey, admittedly, it's a simple name, but his name will still not be as generic as Hero. I'm sorry, I just can't get over that fucking name. Anyway,
oh man.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
Go ahead.
But anyway, okay, I'm blabbering. Anyway, as for the characters I want in, I don't think they're super likely though because one of them said that it's not possible or whatever. I honestly really want to see Rayman and Crash in this game. I don't think it's super likely, but I would love to see them in there.
Yeah, exactly.
But oh well. I guess as a compensation, Rayman is in there in spirit, so I guess it works.
But Crash Bandicoot isn't.
That is true. That is true. I do think Crash is a bit more likely than Rayman, but I think it's possible that they picked out the DLC characters before the Insane Trilogy started to go hot. But hey, I could be wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, I honestly just want to see Crash and Rayman in just to say we have a game where we can finally have Crash and Rayman fight because it would be so fucking perfect.
It would be perfect, yes.
But anyway, yeah, that's my I guess the characters I want. Realistic characters I want. If you were to ask me like what character I would want, period, then I would tell you characters you never fucking heard of before.
Oh boy.
But anyway, those are my predictions, and those are my more realistic, and those are my more realistic but still not likely predictions. So that's all I gotta say.
No, okay. But yeah, overall, Nintendo wins. Flawless victory.
I'm sounding biased again though, but yeah, Nintendo did win this one. I'm just gonna flat out say it.
Yeah, flawlessly. Everything about it was freaking epic. I also gotta say too, can we get Gooigi as an Echo Fighter?
God damn it, that's all. Okay. God. Okay, I'm not knocking on the concept though, but god damn it, it's Nintendo. It just seems like everything they do is just fucking meme worthy, and it's not even like what they do is bad. Everything they like announce is just fucking meme worthy.
Yeah. Oh my god, especially that Bowser bit that they did at the beginning and then Doug Bowser comes in. It's like wrong Bowser.
I love like how Bowser even just takes a moment to like try to like just let it sink into him. He's thinking, "Oh God, I gotta reconsider my life."
And then he tries to go away. Like, no, the other way.
Bowser does look pretty good in a tie. I will give him that.
Yeah, he's trying to fix his life. He's over the kidnapping the princess.
He's moved past that. He's a full-fledged working father. He's now, for about 5 seconds, he was the president of Nintendo of America. We have no idea what the hell his announcements were. It was probably, I don't know, something like, "I have officially announced we have listened to fans' requests and we are discontinuing any future Mario titles." He would probably say something like that. I don't know. But anyway,
we're bringing a new game called Super Bowser Brothers.
Have you not heard of my extended family?
This is my brother, Bowigi.
Oh God! They totally fucking would do that. They fucking would do that. Oh my God! After the Bowsette thing. Oh no! Oh come on! No!
No.
Instant regret.
No. We never talk about the Bowsette.
Anyway, okay, joke aborted. Anyway, they totally would do a Bowweezy thing after doing Gooigi and whatever. Anyway, it's getting late. That's all I gotta say. Overall, E3 was pretty alright, but Nintendo, I think, saved it. So overall, pretty decent E3, if you gotta ask me.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent E3. I would have to give this E3 a C. Definitely a C. Yeah, a C, because again, the only thing good about it was Nintendo and Square Enix. All the other ones were pretty disappointing. If Sony
maybe like a C. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Oh shit! I clicked off. Oh, I'm sorry. I clicked off. I'm sorry, and I did that right after I interrupted you. I'm so sorry, man.
No, it's all good. But yeah, Square Enix and Nintendo did a heck of a job. It was a really bad beginning of this year, and I hope next year will be even better.
Yeah, I'm hoping so though. Like, you know, I think I changed my vote. I think I'll put it to a C plus because I think Square Enix and Nintendo did pretty well. And I guess I would just say it's like more of a C plus because what we got was pretty good, and what we got was bad was very few and far between, and a lot of the stuff we got was just more of take it or leave it kind of material.
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess maybe more of a C plus or B minus in that regards. Not great, but oh well. It was an alright E3.
Yeah, it definitely was. Really disappointed that Capcom didn't really announce anything as well, because all they ever showed off was just pretty much the Monster Hunter World DLC. They didn't really announce any new fighting games or, you know, a collection of some sort, you know, or details about Resident Evil 3 Remake, or, you know, what's going to be up with Marvel's Capcom, because it's probably been 3 years since Marvel's Capcom Infinite. I think so. Or you know, just move or just forget Infinite existed and just go with Marvel 4.
I don't. Okay. Come on. Okay. Don't forget Marvel Infinite. Okay. Don't forget that Marvel Infinite existed, because Marvel Infinite did do a few things right. Mainly the gameplay. Okay. Pour over what was good about Marvel Infinite's gameplay and put that into Marvel 4. Then basically take Marvel 3 and 2's roster, cram that in. I don't know, do what everyone is here for that game, and boom, the fans would eat it up.
Exactly. Like, everyone is here. Woo!
Come on, just do something like that. Fans would eat it up. and it would help save Marvel's reputation, at least in the Marvel versus Capcom games. Or if you don't want to go that far, do it. I agree with what Maximilian Dude says. Just make a Capcom versus game. Just use all your IPs because Capcom has a ton of IPs that they still aren't fully utilizing, and just do that.
Yeah, exactly. A full-fledged Capcom crossover fighting game. That would be freaking awesome.
There you go. You don't need to be tied to any other media franchise. Like Capcom, is strong enough to stand on its own. Like you guys could do it. You just actually gotta do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Overall, okay, E3. Nintendo stole the show. Can't wait for a lot of the games that are coming out.
Yeah. So overall, yeah. So anyway, that's what I got. That's what we got to say today. I'm Mr. Gabe Guy Color. Do you want anything else?
Well, your money is mine.
Oh yeah, especially Shang Tsung was basically just a small taste of what's to come later on.
Yeah.
It totally was.
But hopefully everyone enjoyed this podcast, and hopefully everyone found it helpful for any type of detail of the announcement that were made. And yeah, we'll definitely see you guys in the next podcast or in the next episode of No Budget Theater, or when we read another fan fiction.
Mm-hmm. When we get to that, will probably be a while because life is saying, "Hey, I know you like having fun, but you gotta do stuff. Go do it."
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, take care, folks.